Okay. Okay, everyone, good evening. My name is Hafiz. I'll be the host for today's webinar. So, a few house rules before we begin. To everyone present, do keep your microphone turned off until the end of the sharing. And if you have any questions, feel free to type in your questions in the chat box or the Q&A box, and we will be addressing your questions at the end of the session. All right. So before we begin, let me just first introduce to you our two speakers of today. First, we have Mr. Chong Kim Seng, who actually has been in the insurance industry for more than 10 years and was a recent graduate of AIA's elite program. He was formerly the head of department in one of the leading MNCs in Malaysia. And he always gives his best customer experience when it comes to insurance upgrades and claims. Also today, we are joined by Mr. Harry, who is actually a qualified lawyer and actually joined the insurance industry right at the start of the pandemic in 2019. He is also a graduate from AIA's elite program and actually was a pioneer in the insurance industry during the lockdown period when we weren't actually allowed to see clients. Okay, so Kim Seng and Harry, so let's just get straight to the point. So the topic today is the missing link in your medical plan. So like for me, myself, I already have a medical plan. So what is today's topic all about?
Hey, hi, Hafiz. Hi, everyone. Good evening to you. Thank you for making it for tonight's webinar. Yes, Hafiz, well, good to know that you are protected by AIA Health Plan. Well, in fact, I believe most of us now, including the attendees, you may already have a health plan or what we call in the past a medical card. Okay. Well, we know that health plan or medical card is very important because it can be used to pay for our hospitalization or treatment costs. Okay, so that is generally how a medical card is being used. Okay, but having said that, Hafiz, okay, do you know that with AIA Health Plan, you can even claim for health screening and or vaccinations, including flu or hepatitis B? So my questions to you is, have you done your health screening for the year, Hafiz?
Actually, I haven't yet. I plan to do it in the year end. Thanks for the reminder, Kim Seng.
Yeah. Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Yes. You better do it. Okay, but it's free, by the way. Because we always believe that early detections is always better than treatment. Okay. Well, for those who have no idea, what we are talking about, what is this free vaccines or free medical health screening is. I would suggest you to talk to your life planner, and that is one way to fully make use of your AIA health plan, even without the need for hospitalizations or daycare. Okay.
Oh, okay. By the way, Kim Seng, I forgot to mention just now. I already have a medical plan, and I actually have a critical illness coverage. Up to about 180 critical illness conditions. So I'm quite sure, my living benefits is sufficient already. So
okay.
So what is this topic all about actually?
Yeah, maybe I'll take that question, Hafiz.
Okay, yeah.
So
Sure,
we actually spoke about the importance of critical illness coverage in our critical illness series a few months back. For those of you who missed out on that, you can just go to the YouTube link that's on the chat at the moment to watch it later. Okay, so you see, critical illness benefits are there to protect you against the loss of income that arises from a critical illness, to ensure that you don't lose the lifestyle that you work so hard to build. Right. So in your case, you have a coverage for 180 illnesses, and I think this protects from early, intermediate, and advanced critical illnesses.
Yeah, so that's my point, Harry. Is that, I already have a health plan to pay for my hospital bills. I already have critical illness to ensure my lifestyle isn't impacted during the difficult moments. So isn't that all I need? I don't think I need anything else, right?
Well, not entirely. We're here today to show you the missing link between your medical and your critical illness coverages. I think Kim Seng will be able to explain this a bit more.
All right. Thank you, Harry. So first of all, we must understand the the longer the recovery journey, there may be more lingering effects. And here are some of the examples, let me start with long-term medical care, followed by alternative treatment, daily chores or activities, financial commitments or financial plans or goal, okay? Now, this has a very direct impact to it when, someone is going through a long recovery journey. So while your critical illness coverage may help in some situation, in short term, such as your existing financial commitment, for example, the bill that you pay, the car loan that you serve, these are your existing financial commitments. But we must acknowledge that it may not be sufficient, to cover for some new commitments, okay? Now, a very good example would be the long-term medical care here. So let me share with you, okay? Recently, I come across a kidney transplant case, okay? While the patient doesn't need to worry on the surgery cost because he has a medical card, okay? And that health plan helped him to pay off the medical bill. So he has no worry on the treatment cost. But he also has no worry on his living benefit at all because he has to stop his work, Yes, there is a loss of income, okay? And there is an ongoing financial commitment. But because he's covered by critical illness, he got the payout from critical illness coverage, and that serves the purpose, okay? Also good mentioning, okay, with AIA health plan or medical card, we even cover up to 150 days of post-hospitalizations, including medications, okay? That is one of the longest post-hospitalization benefit with AIA health plan. Not sure whether you are aware of that. 150 days, that is equivalent to like 5 months.
5 months. 5 months.
Yeah,
It's
that's
quite
right,
long,
5
actually.
months. But do you know that even though he has no worry on the hospital bill, the follow-up treatment, okay, and on his livings benefit, but he has to be on medication for lifetime now as a kidney transplant patients. And guess what? He's paying close to 2,000 a month for such medications from his own pocket after the end of the 150 days post-hospitalization benefits. So I mentioned post-hospitalization benefit in our medical card is one of the longest, and that covers 5 months. But after 5 months, what he's going to face is 2,000 per month on an ongoing basis for lifetime, okay? So that is what he's facing now. Well, this is the new long-term medical care commitment, which we shall be taking into consideration as well.
But Kim Seng, just out of curiosity, you mentioned about that post-hospitalization and then the critical illness, right? So can this client, can this problem just be resolved by if I just top up my critical illness sum coverage?
Yep.
Okay.
Harry, would you like to take over this?
Yeah, I'll answer that. Actually, yes, that's one option too, actually. But however, there are two factors you need to consider here. Firstly, the cost of insurance for critical illness coverages can be very high depending on your entry age. Okay, and secondly, critical illness plans only covers for these conditions mentioned in each specific list in your plan, be it the 36 or 100 or 180 critical illnesses. Now, what happens when it doesn't fall into this list? All right, so let me show you the statistics of the top causes and average length of hospital admission and ICU admissions. So for the average length of hospital admissions here in Malaysia, it's 14.5 days. So let's exclude pregnancy, right? So for the rest of it, it's diseases of respiratory system, infection diseases, circulatory diseases, and so on. All right. And for the average length of ICU admission in Malaysia, it is total of 4.9 days. And the top causes here are sepsis, head injury, pneumonia, and dengue, and so on, all right? So if you look at this, you would realize that some of the conditions mentioned is not included in your critical illness coverage, actually. Some examples of this would be such as sepsis, accidental injury, and pneumonia.
I see. So if let's say I have critical illness coverage, right? So so you're saying that basically there's a cheaper alternative that will pay out even in non-critical illness related conditions,
exactly.
is it?
Exactly. And that's what we mean by the missing link in your medical and critical illness plans.
I see. Okay, so I'm guessing right now, you guys are here to sell a new plan, right?
Well, not really, Hafiz. Okay, so I'm not the ordinary agents that will call you up to Yamcha and then sell you a policy out of sudden. Okay, but but the point is, we wanted to let you know that in fact you now have the options, to add on this new rider. Well, rider means optional benefit. Okay, you can opt in this new rider or optional benefit in your current medical plan. Okay, so no matter your current plan is set up on an investment link basis, policy type, or even a standalone medical card, okay, you have the options now, okay, to add in this new benefit. And let me introduce you to this new benefit called A Plus Recover. Okay. Now, this is a rider. Rider means an optional benefit again. Now, it is very, very straightforward, okay? So how it helps you is, we will pay 100% of the sum assured, okay, for your prolonged hospitalization or ICU admissions, okay? So let's take an example. If you purchase this rider or you opt in this rider with, say, 100,000, so we will pay this 100,000 if this person is admitted to ICU for a period of 5 consecutive days or more, okay? Or it can be hospitalized for 15 consecutive days or more. And this is paid up to 200%. So it paid 2 events, not just 1 event. So if you opt in for 100,000, it pay up to 200,000 in 2 events, okay? And that is how it works. And of course, Hafiz, for ICU and hospitalization, it has to be deemed medical necessary. It cannot be just, hey, doctor, can you extend me for another 2 more days so that I can get 100,000? That doesn't work here, okay?
If it happens that way, then it's like free. It's like very, very easy. You can get 100,000 out of nowhere.
Right, but I believe that has been covered by Harry also in his previous slide, that there are conditions which are not CI related, and it's possible that the person will stay up to 15 days, hospitalized for up to 15 days or more, or in the ICU for 5 days or more. Okay, and as simple as that, the policy, this rider will pay out accordingly.
Yeah, I see. Okay, sounds interesting. And then I think just now, I think Harry, you mentioned that like this plan is actually cheaper than critical illness coverage. Can you just share what's the cost structure like for this?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Hafiz, you'll be actually very surprised at how affordable it is to add on this rider to your existing health plan. Say, for instance, as you can see here, a 30-year-old non-smoker male who wants to add this to his medical plan, which is connected to the investment link, it will be only 42 ringgit monthly. And if you add this to your standalone medical card, it would only be 29 ringgit monthly actually. So as you can see, it actually doesn't cost too much to add this rider. One more thing I wanted to add before that, in conjunction with the new launching of A Plus Recover, your existing medical limit annual limit will get a free 10 times booster of your A Plus Recover coverage amount at no extra cost. So I'll give you an example. If your existing annual limit is at 1.5 million and you enroll with this rider for 100,000 sum assured, that will total up your annual coverage limit to 2.5 million a year. And this comes with no extra cost at all. However, you have to act fast though, Hafiz, because this is for only a limited time offer until the 31st of December this year.
Wow, that means my annual limit from 1 million can become 2 million out of nowhere.
Exactly.
By just
just by adding this rider.
Oh wow.
You're adding your coverage and also adding your medical limit. So I think it's
so
very worth
I'll
it.
get the payout of, for example, just now you said that I'll get a payout of 100,000 if I'm stuck in hospital for 15 days.
Correct.
And also my medical limit increases at the same time.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, I'm hooked already. So Harry, how do I sign this up?
Okay, Kim Sing, I think you can have that.
All right. So what you need to do is fairly simple. Okay. Hafiz, just call your agent. Okay. Or any party. So to the attendees, if your agent is not picking up your call, just let us know. Okay, we will be happy to support you. Well, one more exciting news that I want to share. Okay, and this is a GIO campaign. So GIO stands for Guarantee Issuance Offer. So when you are being selected for this exclusive offer, it means that without further questions on your medical or your health conditions, you will be granted with this, granted with this coverage immediately. Okay. Of course, there is a waiting period as well. Okay. The moment you opt in this. So if you don't get this exclusive offer, what it simply means is you need to opt in, and then it will be subject for underwriting, okay, based on your current health conditions. So whether you are being selected or not, okay, all you need to do is log into My AIA. Hey, by now, if you are the selected customer, you should be getting an SMS from AIA already. Or if you miss it, okay, just log into My AIA. You know that there is a little window here that says guarantee offer for A+ recover. Or again, the simplest way is just give a call to your agent, okay, and he will guide you through. Okay, so if you happen to log into My AIA and you found that you are one of the luckiest one, to get the exclusive offer, okay, being selected for this exclusive offer, the step to sign up is very, very simple. It's just 5 simple steps. You just need to opt into this offer, and it will tell you how much is the premium to top up, and you accept it, and that's it. Okay, so as simple as that. Okay, so for those who get this exclusive offer, please take this opportunity to opt in these new benefits.
Okay. Kim Sing, just a quick question. The GIO, until when is the offer?
Oh yeah, so this is just a limited time offer only, and you have to act fast again. If you are selected, you have to do it by 31st December 2022. Okay, and if you don't do it, what it means is in the future, in 2023, say you want to add in this rider. Okay, yes, it was subject for underwriting. We need to look into your health conditions. Okay, if you have good standard case, okay, we will grant you the new rider, new benefit. But bear in mind what you are going to lose, not just the underwriting process, or you will also be losing your medical annual limit booster. Okay, you don't get the 10 times booster. Okay, so you only get this A+ recover, to some insureds. That's it. So you have to act fast again before end of the year.
Okay, you heard that, everyone. You have to act fast before 31st December 2022.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have come to the end of the session for today. So, okay, to all the attendees, if you have any questions, do put them in the chat box below or in the Q&A box below, and we'll be addressing your questions. Let's see if there's a question or not. Okay, Kim Seng, maybe I can just throw you a quick question now. So, you mentioned that this plan will pay out if there is a hospitalization for 15 days consecutively, right? But what if it's or ICU for 5 days consecutively, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So I just out of curiosity, what if like for example, I'm stuck in ICU for 3 days, and then 12 days in the hospital, not in ICU, but basically I don't meet that 15 days consecutively in the hospitalization, and the ICU 5 days consecutively. So how
okay.
is the scenario
That is a very good example. Okay, so from the slide I did mention that if this person is hospitalized, not you, Hafiz, if this person is hospitalized for 15 consecutive days or in ICU for 5 days consecutively, he or she will get this 100% of the rider sum assured. Okay, if 100,000, then pay out 100,000. Okay. One thing I want to highlight is there is a survival period of 15 days lah. Okay, which I can cover that later. Okay, but bear in mind that this is the general rule: 15 days hospitalizations or 5 days ICU. But the example that you gave is unique in a way that, okay, 3 days in ICU and 12 days hospitalizations. Okay, and we have to understand ICU basically means that you are hospitalizations, but you are in a special room. Okay, special intensive care unit. Okay, so that will still be counted as long as 3 plus 12 equals to 15, and it has to be consecutively. Okay, that means that the scenario that you gave is, yes, it established and it meet the requirement, and we will pay out that sum assured.
So as long as it is 15 days consecutively. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there is a question here. It says here, if I'm guaranteed issue offer person, how do I get started? I'm assuming that basically this person is asking how to get started lah.
Okay, so if you have received a message from AIA, okay, well, what you need to do is make sure you have this My AIA app. Okay, I guess every AIA customer should have this My AIA app installed to your mobile phone by now. Okay, you should have registered and logged into it. And from the login, you know, the moment you log in, there is this little columns that will tell you, you know, click here to accept the guarantee issuance offer. Okay, or what I can do is we will paste a link into the chat room where you can just, you know, there will be some guidance on it. Okay, or you can call your agents. The agent will be very happy to guide you through the sign up process. So, but again, before you call your agents, you know, make sure you have this My AIA app installed. Okay, register and log in. Okay, and the agent will guide you through these 5 simple steps to accept the GIO offer.
Okay, thanks, Kim Seng. Let me see if there are any other question. Okay, maybe just I can just summarize today's session. Sorry.
Hafiz, in fact, I have actually prepared 2 more slides.
Oh.
Okay, well, that is just a claim scenario.
Oh, maybe, yeah, Kim Seng, go ahead. You can share.
Yeah, sure. Now,
ahead.
Okay, let's take a look at this scenario. Okay, this scenario is about hospitalization due to accidental injury, car accident. Okay, now Johnny, he is age 30 and he has a policy that's set in force on 12 October 2022. Okay, and he has an investment linked policy that, you know, that consists of life coverage of 100,000, which is the death or total permanent disability. He also has a medical card. He also has a critical illness 50,000, and he also has an A+ recover that he opt in for 50,000 as well. Okay, let's take a look at this incident. So on 3rd of October 2024, okay, he had an accident that requires surgery for broken bones. So he admitted on 3rd of October and he stayed in the hospital for 33 days, okay? Of course, he doesn't need to worry about the hospital bill because I mentioned he has a hospital card, okay? And on 33 days later, he was discharged from the hospital. And yes, on the 15 days after he discharged, okay, we call that 15 days survival period. So the another requirement to meet is he must survive for another 15 days after discharge, okay, to be entitled for the payout. So in this scenario, he stayed longer than 15 days hospitalizations, and then he survived 15 days after discharge. And yes, we pay out 50,000 A+ recover to Johnny, okay, because he met that 2 requirements. So am I being clear in this scenario?
Yep, crystal clear.
Okay. Now let's take a look at the extensions of it. Okay. Now I mentioned that this rider pay out 200%. Okay. So after 1 year from the discharge due to the accidental injury, okay, after 1 year, he got diagnosed with COVID. Okay. And I think we often heard this during our, the pandemic moment where the COVID patient admitted to a hospital, stuck in the ICU for X number of days. Okay, but in this condition, he is in the ICU for 5 days. And bear in mind, critical illness will not pay out in these conditions because COVID is not part of the critical illness conditions. So what happened is, after 1 year, A+ recover rider reset it back to 50,000, okay? And then he got diagnosed with COVID and stay in the hospital for 5 days consecutively, and we will pay out the 50,000, okay, after he discharged and survive for another 15 days, okay? Then we will pay out the 50,000, and that will make up to be total of 200% of claims, or 200% of the sum assured that we have paid out. So 2 events. This person, Johnny, bought 50,000, but he got paid for 2 events that is sum up to be 100,000. Okay.
Okay. All right, Kim Sing. Thanks for that sharing, that final one for the claim scenario. Okay, so just to summarize overall today's session. So as you can see in the screen, right, actually now what AIA is focusing on is what we call a total health solution, which has 3 components into it, which is critical medical, critical illness, and severe medical conditions, which is A+ recover. So medical is straightforward, it will pay for our medical bills and whatnot. Critical illness also will cover living benefits and income protection. And today's missing link, which is one of a kind plan that pays upon hospitalization of more than 15 days consecutively, or 5 days in the ICU. Okay, so that is the first point. Second point of today's session was actually this new rider is actually very affordable, which costs actually just, if you were to count it into days, it's just RM 1 ringgit a day. Nowadays, with 1 ringgit, I don't think you can get anything with 1 ringgit nowadays. Yeah. And last, we actually, during this period, we have 2 special offers from AIA. First is AIA is issuing what we call a guaranteed issue offer, GIO, which basically means AIA is giving out this plan without any questions. That means if you are interested, you just click a few buttons and then you are ready to go, right? The normal process will be, okay, if you're interested, you will need to write in the form, and then you need to declare your health status, right? And then the second offer, which is until 31st December 2020, you will actually get what we call an annual limit booster of 10 times worth your A+ recover coverage amount, which I think just now Harry mentioned that if let's say you were to take 100,000 A+ recover coverage, your annual limit from 1.5 million will automatically become 2.5 million, right? But both of these will be done, needs to be done by 31st December 2022. All right. Okay. So if any of you who are interested, do talk to your agents after this session, and they will help you out with the upgrade. Yeah. Okay. I think there's another few more questions. Let me just address them. Okay. So the first one is, will my agent be able to let me know how much my increase in premium? Oh, okay. Kim Seng has answered that. Another one, maybe I can just read it out.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I can just read out the second question with, what is the minimum sum assured and the maximum sum assured? Kim Seng, which has answered inside the chat with, minimum is 10,000 ringgit and maximum is 150,000.
Yeah, just to add on, that is subject for underwriting. But if you got a GIO offer, that will be specified how much they have offered you, being 50,000 or 100,000. So they, everyone will be different.
All right. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim Seng. Thank you so much, Harry. And
Thank you.
thank you so much for
Thank
those
you.
attendees. So it's already 9 p.m. Okay, I just want to wish whoever who is traveling next week for elections on 19 November, do have a safe journey. And everyone, take care, everyone. Happy elections and good night. See you in our
Okay.
next webinar.
Thank
All right,
you. See you.
Bye bye.
All right.
Look forward to
See
see you
you.
guys soon.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.